If you ask me, I'd say these past few months have been exhausting. I'm frazzled over national politics and distressed by Episcopal arrogance. I'm frustrated over racial injustice. And oh yeah, I'm frantic at the pace of a deadly pandemic that now seems to be catching its second wind. I'm drained and I'm tired, and I'm wondering when or if things will ever get back to normal again. Well, at least here we have our church. Here at St. Joe's, we're trying to give everyone a spiritual lift. We have a weekly Mass and current updates on social media, and as of today, 2 Masses in our quasi-open church building. So whatever your reason for attending, know that all are still welcome here. Just don't forget to make a reservation and wear a mask if you plan on coming. In our gospel, Jesus suggests a different remedy. It's more a command and a promise. He says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest." To all those in God's kingdom who are discouraged and overwhelmed, who feel broken in mind, body, or spirit, who are anxious or vulnerable, and for those who are all too aware of how their shortcomings have left others in despair or loneliness, Jesus cries out to us all, "Come to me for rest." Jesus knows our work in the kingdom is hard. It's at these most burdensome times that he invites us to come and rest in him, to find solace and relief. Jesus is uniquely able to offer us this spiritual gift because he received the same from his Father. This week we commemorate our great American independence. With freedom and justice on our minds, can you recall the inscription on the Statue of Liberty? "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." Those very words written by Emma Lazarus echo Jesus' invitation to come to me and I will give you rest. You see, Jesus understood the importance of rest as a time for replenishing the soul. People often crowded around him because they wanted what he had offered, life and hope. And he never turned anyone away. When he felt his energy waning, Jesus would seek a quiet place to pray and to rest in God. Likewise, Jesus pays forward this gift to us, especially when our hearts are most troubled. Jesus then issues a second command, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." When we shoulder this burden as our own, where does the strength and rest that Jesus promises come from? The answer is it simply comes from gentleness and humility. Ironically, it's in his meekness that Jesus derives his power to comfort us in prayer, in silence, in presence, and in our need. Jesus' promise of rest is an invitation to share the same wisdom and intimacy that he shares with God. Dr. Barbara Holmes, a well-known scholar on race and cosmology, recently noted how ethnic and racial balances in the U.S. are shifting positively as advocates of gender, race, and sexual equity begin to find their public voices. And we've seen this especially in the Me Too and Black Lives Matter movements. Like Jesus, who said, "Take my yoke and learn from me," Dr. Holmes indicates we live in a time where we must be seekers of light and bearers of burdens, while journeying not as individuals, but together as a cosmic community. If we yoke ourselves to one another, we can support each other's burdens and learn from each other how to make life easy and light. Jesus prayed, Come to me, my yoke is easy, and I will give you rest. Because he knew his rest is far more important than sleep. It's sustenance, integrity, justice, and it's our salvation.